These are Californians with autism and other developmental disabilities who are living in their own homes, working good jobs, going to school, having fun with their family and friends, participating in everyday community activities. People with disabilities have goals and hopes and dreams just like everyone else. They just may need support to achieve them. J. Nolan Community Services has supported people with autism and other developmental disabilities and their families since 1975. This nonprofit organization is the largest provider of individualized services in California. Over the years, it has helped thousands of our fellow citizens with autism and other disabilities to lead meaningful lives. J. Nolan Community Services offers 3 distinct services. The first is supportive living, which is assisting people with autism and other disabilities to live in their own homes or apartments with a whatever it takes attitude in terms of the support that person may need.
We have a circle program. What is a circle? Okay, it's people get together once a month, and it's usually once a month. People who care about that person, the family members, the support people, any friends, any relatives that want to be involved in that person's life. And they sit there and try to problem solve.
Everybody that has anything to do with that person that we support, so that everybody's on the same page as to how they support him.
And we're here for that person. We work for that person. And I think that's the biggest thing, that we listen to that person.
There's dramatic changes, really, not only for Amy, but the family. As far as Amy went, Amy felt very comfortable that she had her own type of life. She, began to grow with her independence, wanting to do different things, not being under the life of mom and dad like any other child would. I feel great about it because it's not only just independence for Amy, but it's true security. Amy is in a situation here with J. Nolan where I'm not wondering each and every day, what's Amy doing? Is Amy going to be okay? I know Amy's fine, and I know Amy's happy because she's doing the things that she wants to do, and she's with the people that she really enjoys being with.
The staff we get here, we don't refer to them as staff. They're Kathy's friends, and that's how it is. They've all been fantastic.
The direct, the hands-on staff and also the supervisory staff have made orders of magnitude, and it's basically because of their attitude and their compassion.
Communication is an essential part of being a human being. People use many different forms of communication to express themselves. The staff at J. Nolan Community Services supports individuals in finding their own voice and communicating their thoughts and needs to others.
I have been working with Mitchell directly for 2 years. I met him when he first came into the program, and we started talking through typing with him, and it was quite special because I knew that he was able to communicate and that he was an intelligent person, because that's something that a lot of people don't see unless you speak, unless you have a formal way of communication, if you will.
To be able to communicate his needs, his wants, what he wants for his life, and help him fulfill that. This concept that J. Nolan's embarked upon has revolutionized Mitchell's life to the point now where he is able to type and tell us what he's thinking.
I did not help them before.
Well, the misconception about people with autism, or any disability for that matter, is that they're not there. But people with any disability, people with autism, absolutely are aware of everything that's going on. It's just that it doesn't show up the same way that we're expecting to see it.
She can type a message, and she's accurate. She spells beautifully, and she knows classical music. She can tell you what's what, and where did this come from? I don't know, but it's truly amazing. Amazing.
Most of the agencies, or a lot of them, they have these, check-off lists. Sits up straight, keeps her feet under the table, et cetera, and the things that you really can't measure, and that's the smiles, contentment that we see. I'm not saying she still doesn't have instances where she's dissatisfied, but it's mainly now due to physical things rather than the autism or the mental things. She's just much more contented than she ever was, and these are things that is awfully difficult to put on a checkoff sheet. These are the things that really mean so much to these people's lives.
Living in your own home, making the choices of daily life, enjoying the company of friends and family, being an active member of the community. This is what supportive living is all about.
I just figured out the bus service on my own. Nobody asked me no questions. Without reading a bus schedule or nothing. I just know how to get there and how to get back safe and sound. Without no questions asked to anybody to tell me how to get there. So that's the best thing I can do on my own. About a few months ago, a guy asked me, they were looking for people to do greeting services on Sundays in the evening time. The guy asked me if I was interested. I said, put me up. I'm up to the challenge. And 1 week later, I became the greeter, and I still am now. And I'm very happy about it. Doing the greeting duty, being at church 15 minutes early, and greeting all the people coming in. And then after I get them all greeted, I find a place to sit down and get ready to hear the Sunday evening services.
The second essential service that J. Nolan Community Services provides is supported employment. For some people, work is just a paycheck. For many others, employment is a badge of independence, a way to gain self-respect and to give back to society. Supported employment helps adults with autism and other disabilities work in real jobs.
Yeah, we've been working here almost 5 years. He loves working. Yeah, he definitely does love working. He's very dedicated. He's always giving 110%. Even if he feels really sick, he'll still want to come to work, because he knows people are depending on him. But he's just one of the hardest workers I've ever met, definitely.
He's now more at ease, more communicative, happier in general, and he has a very full and complete life.
It gave her an idea of, okay, I can get a job, maybe when I graduate, and I'll have a job coach there to help me. And this is something that would not be possible without J. Nolan.
It gives them an ability to have an independent life, to be, as an adult and as free as you could possibly want your child to be. It gives you a much bigger sense of, for yourself and for the child, a real regular life, something that many people probably didn't feel as, they would have the opportunity to have.
The third component of J. Nolan Community Services is family support. This involves an array of personalized services to help keep children and adults with autism and other developmental disabilities living with their own families at home and being involved in their communities in inclusive situations.
Sometimes we are not taught how to create a relationship. How is that possible? Well, here at Family Support, this is where we start. We start in creating relationships, and we cannot stress this enough. It's dignity and respect. That's what we do.
It's changed her life dramatically. In my opinion, J. Nolan Community Services has allowed my daughter to have a level of independence without me being tethered to her. So she's able to make decisions. She's able to execute some of her decisions without me having to take her from point A to point B, which is a nice thing.
Sade has a pretty full schedule, with school and dealing with her own social and personal choices. Between her mom and her dad, she travels between 2 different cities. So she is a very, very busy and active person. So with her support, we ask for someone who is not only active, but can kind of have same interests and similar lines that Sade shares and her family shares, so that it's easier.
Well, I have Tristan. She's awesome, and she likes both things I like: Slipknot and Kiss, Harry Potter, and Twilight. Same thing I like.
You do not have to walk this path alone. I think that is the most daunting thing for a parent, because often we feel like, okay, this is so much to handle. I don't know how to do this and still maintain a life and, have a relationship and be a parent and maintain your sanity. And for me, I think, this service has allowed me to say, okay, my daughter can meet these goals, and we have an ISP, which we meet on every year, and we track her progress to see how she's doing, and with the help of Jay Nolan Community Services, she's been able to meet some of her goals and even exceed them.
La persona que nos ha mandado, Jay Nolan, nos ha explicado de que, y él nos ha tratado de ayudar de que podamos que estos niños sean más sacados a las comunidades para que tengan un mejor desenvolvimiento, como a diferentes lugares, como a restaurantes y todo eso, para que las personas vean estos niños y estos niños vean a todo el mundo una vida normal.
Another aspect of family support is Jay Nolan's Summer Camp. This is an inclusive residential camp program accredited by the American Camp Association that brings together non-disabled children and age peers with autism and other developmental disabilities in a caring, fun environment. Jay Nolan Community Services provides many other important services through its Resource and Training Center, including webinars with nationally recognized experts in the field of autism and other developmental disabilities. It also sponsors fundraising and community events in Southern California, like its annual Logan's Run for Autism Awareness and Community Fair.
We recognize that individual custom support is what keeps people happy. It's what makes people independent. It's what helps people achieve their goals. So it's the thing that we all would like. We want our lives to be independent. We want to be able to have a job. We want to be able to go out in the community, have influence in our community. And that's really where Jay Nolan distinguishes itself. That's our goal, that's our mission. And I think we've been doing that for 25 years.
Because most parents, that's their biggest fear, what's going to happen to my child. And it's a child always to them, even if they're 50, 60 years old. What's going to happen to them when I'm gone? And I want to be the answer. Jay Nolan Community Services is the answer.
I do get a lot of calls from people who want to volunteer, college students who are thinking about what careers they're looking for. People are wondering what skills they need, what attitude, what kind of backgrounds they need to work with people with autism and other disabilities. And all I want to say to those folks is, if you're a person and you have a heart, come on down. The thing about working with people with autism and other disabilities is you go in there thinking you're going to teach them, and wow, you find out that they're teaching you.